Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Noah's car crash, the result of trouble between Mitch and Sienna. The Young and the Restless, Y&R, spoilers tease that a mysterious man named Mitch could have orchestrated Noah Newman's, Lucas Adams, L.A. car crash. Want more of The Young and the Restless? Get updates on the latest news about The Young and the Restless, straight to your inbox. We use your personal data for interest-based advertising, as outlined in our privacy notice. What is this? Report ad. Mitch is Sienna Bacall's, Tamara Braun, lover, and we're here to explore how he might have ordered a hit on the nightclub owner. Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, and Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, plan to meet up with Noah in LA, and his accident has thrown them for a loop. In case you missed it, the role of Noah has been recast and he is in the middle of a big mystery plot involving your favorite Y&R characters. Schick are in shock. Nick and Sharon were ready to hear all about Noah's offer to open up a new club in LA. He was in LA to meet with a project developer, but Schick's first encounter with their son is by his hospital bedside. Dark spoilers hint that Noah's accident was planned sabotage. It may be that his connections got him in the weeds, and now it's time for Nick and Sharon to figure out what really happened. What is this? Report ad. Who is Mitch and is he responsible for Noah's crash? Holden Novak, Nathan Owens, is showing Claire Newman around LA, and in the October 14th episode, he reconnects with Sienna, who has a nightclub he frequented when he lived in Los Angeles. When Holden asked Sienna if she and Mitch are still together, she said yes. But at the same time, she seemed guarded when talking about Mitch, indicating there are relationship issues. Did Mitch harm Noah? Roger Howarth's new Y&R character is described as a mysterious stranger involved in Noah's plot together with Sienna and Detective Bureau, Matt Cohen. Until we know, tons of fans think that Howarth is playing Mitch, and that's a solid guess. Noah is in bad shape when his parents see him, but we can tell you that he eventually pulls through. When he is coherent, he can answer Detective Bureau's questions, and we'll learn more about what he's been up to lately. Until then, spoilers tease that Mitch could be Y&R's newest bad guy, so stay tuned. Be sure to catch up on everything happening with The Young and the Restless right now. Come back here often for the hottest Y&R updates, news, and spoilers. Get comfortable, and gain access to the best soap intel on the web. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Noah's car crash, the result of trouble between Mitch and Sienna. Genoa City is once again at the center of a shocking mystery that no one saw coming. What started as an ordinary night for Noah Newman has turned into one of the most heartbreaking and confusing moments in recent The Young and the Restless history. Noah's car crash has left the Newman family reeling, and whispers around town suggest that his accident may not have been a simple case of reckless driving. Instead, fans are wondering if the tension brewing between Mitch and Sienna could have somehow spiraled into something much darker, something that placed Noah in grave danger. Could a dangerous love triangle or an explosive confrontation have led to this tragedy? Or is someone in Genoa City covering up the truth about what really happened that night? As the mystery deepens, one thing is clear: nothing in this story is as it seems. When news first broke that Noah's car had been found crashed just outside the city limits, fans were stunned. Police initially suspected that Noah had lost control on a sharp curve after leaving society late at night. But new developments suggest there may have been someone else on that road, someone who didn't want Noah to make it home. Sources close to the Newman family reveal that tensions had been growing for weeks between Noah's friend Mitch and newcomer Sienna Bacall. The two were said to be romantically involved, but their relationship had recently taken a dangerous turn. And Noah, being the protective soul he is, may have gotten caught in the middle of something he never should have been involved in. Noah has always had a big heart and a habit of trying to help those in trouble, but this time, his compassion might have cost him dearly. Rumor has it that he confronted Mitch just hours before the crash over something involving Sienna. Whether it was jealousy, betrayal, or a shocking secret, the situation escalated quickly. Witnesses recall seeing Noah and Mitch arguing outside of Crimson Lights earlier in the evening. Mitch reportedly looked agitated, while Noah appeared desperate to calm things down. Sienna, meanwhile, was seen leaving in tears shortly afterward, refusing to speak to anyone. That same night, Noah's car went off the road. The timing is almost too coincidental to ignore. Could this have been a case of tempers boiling over and leading to tragedy? Or did someone intentionally force Noah off the road? Victor Newman is wasting no time demanding answers. The patriarch of the Newman family is determined to uncover the truth, and when Victor sets his mind on something, nothing, and no one, can stand in his way. Sources say Victor has already hired private investigators to retrace Noah's final steps. He believes there's foul play involved, and he's ready to use every resource at Newman Enterprises to expose whoever is responsible. Nikki, however, fears that Victor's relentless quest for justice could make things worse. She's worried that if the crash was indeed connected to Mitch or Sienna, digging too deep could put the entire family at risk. Meanwhile, Sharon Rosales is barely holding herself together. Her maternal instincts tell her that this wasn't an accident. Sharon's been through too many tragedies in her life to accept the official story at face value. She remembers the fear in Noah's voice the last time she spoke to him, a call he made just hours before the crash. He reportedly said, "Mom, there's something I need to tell you about Sienna, but I don't know who I can trust." Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Words have haunted Sharon ever since. What did Noah uncover about Sienna that made him so afraid? Was it a secret from her past, or was it something to do with Mitch? Sienna Bacall has quickly become one of Genoa City's most intriguing new figures. On the surface, she's beautiful, confident, and ambitious, a young woman trying to make her mark in the art world. But dig a little deeper, and her story doesn't quite add up. She arrived in Genoa City with no clear explanation of where she came from or why she was so eager to get close to the Newmans. She quickly befriended Noah through his gallery connections, and their friendship seemed innocent enough. That is, until Mitch entered the picture. Mitch, a volatile yet charismatic figure with ties to the underground art scene, swept Sienna off her feet, but those who know him say he has a dark side. Could his obsession with Sienna have led to jealousy, confrontation, and violence? Word around town suggests that Sienna may be hiding more than she lets on. Some believe she came to Genoa City with an agenda, to manipulate, to climb the social ladder, or even to escape someone dangerous from her past. If Noah uncovered the truth, it might explain why his car crash feels less like an accident and more like an attempted cover-up. Fans online have even speculated that Mitch could have been following Noah the night of the crash, leading to a confrontation on that lonely stretch of road. Others think Sienna herself might have lured Noah out there under false pretenses, not realizing how tragic the night would become. Either way, both Mitch and Sienna are now under suspicion, and the truth may tear them apart. As investigators piece together what happened, new evidence is beginning to surface. Surveillance footage shows a dark SUV following Noah's car just minutes before the crash. Mitch happens to drive a similar vehicle. However, when questioned by police, Mitch insists he was home all night and has witnesses to prove it. His alibi may hold up, for now, but Victor's investigators aren't buying it. They've already discovered inconsistencies in Mitch's story, and Victor is convinced that he's hiding something. If the SUV was indeed Mitch's, it could be the key to unraveling the entire mystery. Sienna, meanwhile, is growing increasingly unstable. She's been spotted visiting the crash site multiple times, leaving flowers and breaking down in tears. Some see this as a sign of guilt, others think it's genuine remorse. But those close to her say she's terrified, not just of losing Noah, but of what might happen if the truth about that night comes out. Sharon has noticed Sienna's odd behavior and is keeping a close eye on her. In one emotional scene, Sharon reportedly confronts Sienna at the coffee house, demanding to know what she's hiding. Sienna breaks down and insists she loved Noah and would never hurt him, but when Sharon presses her further, Sienna abruptly storms out, leaving everyone wondering what she almost confessed. In true Y&R fashion, this storyline is unfolding with layers of emotional complexity. The Newmans are once again being tested, and Noah's fate hangs in the balance. Doctors say he's in critical but stable condition, but the emotional scars of this event will run deep no matter what happens next. Faith is flying home to be by her brother's side, while Nick vows to find whoever caused the crash and make them pay. If Victor uncovers evidence linking Mitch to Noah's accident, there's little doubt that the powerful patriarch will take matters into his own hands. And when Victor Newman decides someone is an enemy of his family, that person's days in Genoa City are numbered. What happens next could change everything. If Mitch is guilty, his future with Sienna is over, and she may have to choose between protecting herself and telling the truth. If Sienna played any role, even unintentionally, she could find herself not only facing Victor's wrath but also losing the trust of everyone in town. And if the real story is even darker, if someone else orchestrated the crash to target the Newmans, then the entire family could be in far greater danger than anyone realizes. Fans are already buzzing with theories. Some believe that Sienna's past might connect her to someone with a grudge against the Newmans, perhaps even a returning villain. Could this be the beginning of a larger revenge arc? Others think Noah's crash might expose an underground network of corruption tied to Mitch's art dealings, dragging unexpected Genoa City residents into the mess. Whatever the case, The Young and the Restless is setting up one of its most gripping mysteries of the year. As the weeks unfold, expect emotional hospital scenes, tense confrontations, and shocking confessions. Sharon's determination to protect her son will push her to make dangerous choices. Victor's thirst for justice will test family loyalty. Sienna's secrets will finally surface, and when they do, nothing will ever be the same. Was Noah's crash an accident, or is it the result of betrayal, jealousy, and lies? One thing's certain, Genoa City will never forget the night Noah Newman's life changed forever. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Who is Mitch, and is he responsible for Noah's crash? Genoa City is in shock after the devastating car crash that left Noah Newman fighting for his life, and everyone is asking the same haunting question: who is Mitch, and what role did he play in the tragedy that could change the Newman family forever? For weeks, The Young and the Restless has been teasing a darker side to the mysterious newcomer Mitch, whose sudden arrival in town coincided with Noah's return and his connection to Sienna Bacall. But now, whispers are swirling that Mitch may have more to hide than anyone imagined, and his name is quickly becoming synonymous with danger, betrayal, and secrets buried deep beneath the polished surface of Genoa City society. Mitch came onto the scene as a charismatic and talented figure in the art world, quickly establishing ties to both. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Noah and Sienna. At first glance, he seemed like a free-spirited artist with a passion for creativity and innovation. But as with most charming newcomers in Genoa City, there's always more beneath the surface. Mitch's background is murky at best. Some say he came from Chicago's underground art circles, others claim he has ties to investors with questionable reputations. Noah saw potential in him and gave him a chance to collaborate on a new gallery project. What started as a professional relationship soon became complicated when Sienna entered the picture. She was drawn to Mitch's magnetic personality, and before long, their chemistry ignited into a romance that turned heads around town. But it wasn't long before cracks began to show. Mitch's temper, once brushed off as passion, started to reveal a darker edge. Insiders whisper that he became jealous of Sienna's lingering friendship with Noah, misinterpreting their closeness as something more. Noah, always the peacemaker, tried to reassure Mitch that there was nothing romantic between him and Sienna, but jealousy is a dangerous spark, and in Mitch's case, it may have been enough to start a fire that no one could control. Reports suggest that the three shared a heated argument at Crimson Lights just hours before Noah's crash, with witnesses describing the tension as explosive. What was said during that confrontation remains unclear, but one thing's for sure: it was the last time anyone saw Noah before his car veered off the road that night. Now, as Noah lies in a hospital bed, the pieces are slowly coming together. Police initially ruled the crash as an accident caused by wet roads and poor visibility, but Victor Newman is not buying it. Victor's instincts rarely fail him, and this time, they're screaming foul play. He's already ordered his private security team to dig into Mitch's past, and early findings suggest the newcomer may have been involved in several shady dealings before arriving in Genoa City. Some whispers even claim Mitch changed his name years ago after a scandal in another city, an art forgery case that never made it to court because key witnesses mysteriously disappeared. Could Mitch's hidden past have something to do with Noah's crash? Theories are running wild. One possibility is that Mitch followed Noah that night, intending to confront him one last time about Sienna. Perhaps words turned into threats, and the confrontation escalated into something deadly. A witness reportedly saw a dark SUV tailing Noah's car shortly before the crash, and coincidentally, Mitch owns the same model vehicle. Though he claims he was home that evening, security footage from nearby businesses has yet to confirm his alibi. In true Newman fashion, Victor isn't waiting for police red tape, he's hiring his own investigators to find out where Mitch really was during those critical hours. Sienna, caught between guilt and fear, has become increasingly unstable since the accident. She's been visiting the crash site almost daily, visibly distraught. Some see her tears as genuine heartbreak for Noah, while others suspect she knows more than she's letting on. Her connection to Mitch is undeniable, but so is her emotional attachment to Noah. Could Sienna's romantic entanglements have accidentally sparked a rivalry that ended in tragedy? Those close to her say she's terrified, not just of losing Noah, but of what Mitch might do if she tells the truth about that night. Sienna's behavior in the days following the crash has been erratic, and during one tense encounter at Crimson Lights, she nearly blurted out something that could have changed everything before quickly backtracking and leaving in tears. Sharon Rosales noticed the panic in Sienna's eyes and is determined to get to the bottom of what she's hiding. As the investigation deepens, Mitch's facade is beginning to crumble. Devin Hamilton, who has been funding Noah's gallery project, started looking into the financial side of things and discovered several discrepancies in Mitch's business dealings. Money has gone missing, and fake invoices were found linked to shell companies that Mitch reportedly set up. Devin, always sharp when it comes to numbers, suspects embezzlement. If Noah found out that Mitch was stealing from the gallery, it could explain the confrontation that led to the accident. Was Mitch trying to silence Noah to protect his secret? It's a chilling possibility that fans can't ignore. Meanwhile, Victor's patience is running thin. The Newman patriarch has made it clear that if Mitch is responsible for hurting his grandson, there will be no mercy. In a powerful scene expected to air soon, Victor confronts Mitch directly, warning him that the truth will come out, and when it does, there will be consequences. Mitch, visibly rattled, insists that he had nothing to do with the crash, but his nervous demeanor suggests otherwise. Nikki tries to calm Victor, reminding him that revenge won't heal Noah, but even she can't shake the feeling that Mitch is hiding something terrible. As for Noah, his condition remains fragile. Doctors say he's stable but unconscious, and Sharon refuses to leave his side. In a heartbreaking moment, she recalls their last conversation. Noah had told her he was worried about something involving Mitch and Sienna, saying, "Mom, I think I've made a mistake trusting the wrong people." Those words now echo like a prophecy. Sharon's intuition tells her that Mitch's charm was just a mask and that her son uncovered something dangerous, something someone wanted to keep buried. Online fan theories are exploding. Some believe Mitch is not just an artist but a criminal mastermind using the art world to launder money, and Noah's discovery of that operation made him a target. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Others think Sienna may have unintentionally set the events in motion, perhaps confiding in Noah about Mitch's violent temper or hinting at illegal dealings, prompting Noah to intervene. There's also growing speculation that Mitch wasn't working alone, that someone else in Genoa City could be pulling the strings from the shadows, possibly connected to an old Newman enemy. As detectives re-examine the crash, new evidence may soon emerge. Early forensic reports suggest that Noah's brake lines could have been tampered with, which would turn this case from an accident into a full-blown attempted murder investigation. If this is confirmed, Mitch will be the prime suspect, but the question remains, did he act alone, or is he just a pawn in a much larger scheme? Sienna's world is unraveling quickly. She's torn between loyalty and fear, between her love for Noah and her fear of Mitch's unpredictable behavior. In upcoming episodes, expect Sienna to face a breaking point. Her guilt may finally drive her to confess what she knows, but whether it will be in time to save herself or bring Mitch to justice remains to be seen. Sharon and Nick are determined to uncover the truth no matter what, and when the Newmans unite for justice, nothing stands in their way. As this emotional storyline unfolds, Genoa City is bracing for shocking revelations. Mitch's true identity may soon come to light, exposing a trail of lies, deception, and possibly murder. Was he really an artist, or was he something far more dangerous all along? And if Mitch is indeed behind Noah's crash, how far will Victor go to make him pay? The Young and the Restless is setting the stage for an explosive showdown that could change everything for the Newman family and beyond. In the coming weeks, expect emotional hospital scenes, explosive confrontations, and a web of deceit that stretches far beyond what anyone imagined. Noah's crash is just the beginning of a story filled with secrets, revenge, and redemption. Mitch's mask is slipping fast, and when the truth finally comes out, Genoa City will never be the same again. The Young and the Restless spoilers. What happened to Chloe Mitchell? Her disappearance shocks Genoa City. Genoa City has seen its share of heartbreaks, betrayals, and scandals, but nothing could have prepared fans for the shocking disappearance of Chloe Mitchell. Once the fiery, fashion-forward designer who brought both chaos and compassion to those around her, Chloe has suddenly vanished without a trace, leaving friends and family desperately searching for answers. What happened to Chloe? Is she running from her past again, or has something more sinister taken place? As the days go by without word from her, speculation is running wild, and The Young and the Restless is setting the stage for one of its most emotional and mysterious storylines in years. For years, Chloe Mitchell, played by Elizabeth Hendrickson, has been one of Genoa City's most unpredictable characters. Viewers have watched her survive tragedy, reinvent herself, and fight for redemption. She's been a best friend, a mother, and at times, her own worst enemy. Her journey from party girl to grieving mother to devoted wife has been filled with twists that left fans both cheering and heartbroken. But this latest chapter, her disappearance, has everyone on edge. The last time. Emotionally drained. But when she didn't come home for 2 days, and her phone went straight to voicemail, Kevin's concern turned into panic. He reported her missing, and the Genoa City Police Department immediately launched an investigation. Kevin's plea for help was heart-wrenching as he told Chance and Paul that something wasn't right. Chloe would never abandon their children or walk away from her responsibilities without a word. That's when the clues started to appear, small, chilling signs that hinted something had gone terribly wrong. Police found Chloe's car abandoned near Chancellor Park, keys still in the ignition, and her purse on the front seat. There was no sign of struggle, but the eerie scene sent chills down Kevin's spine. What could have made Chloe leave everything behind? Sharon, one of Chloe's closest friends, couldn't believe she'd disappear voluntarily. Sharon knows better than anyone how fragile Chloe's mental state can be when life spirals out of control, but she also knows Chloe's strength. She's been through dark times before, but this feels different. The silence, the lack of any message, it's as though Chloe simply vanished into thin air. Meanwhile, Chelsea Lawson is feeling the weight of guilt and regret. The tension between her and Chloe had been growing for weeks before the disappearance. Their fashion partnership, once full of promise, had turned into a battlefield of creative disagreements and emotional tension. Chelsea accused Chloe of sabotaging her designs, while Chloe accused Chelsea of stealing her ideas. Their friendship had been hanging by a thread. Now, Chelsea can't help but wonder if her harsh words pushed Chloe over the edge. In a tearful scene, Chelsea confides in Adam, admitting that she told Chloe she never wanted to see her again just days before she disappeared. Adam, please subscribe and like the video before continuing. However, isn't convinced this is a simple case of emotional collapse. He suspects foul play. As detectives comb through Chloe's life, secrets start surfacing that even those closest to her didn't know. A cryptic text message was found on her phone, a message she received the night she disappeared. It read, "We need to talk. Meet me at the old warehouse. Don't tell anyone." The message was unsigned, but the location it mentioned has a dark history in Genoa City. It's the same place where Adam once faked his death and where several major confrontations have gone down in the past. The revelation sent shockwaves through the Newman and Chancellor families. Who was Chloe planning to meet that night? Was it someone from her past coming back to haunt her, or did she walk into a trap? Kevin refuses to believe his wife would willingly put herself in danger, but his worst fears are starting to take hold. He's convinced someone wanted Chloe out of the picture. Could it be connected to her past crimes, the kidnapping of Adam, or her fake death years ago? Perhaps someone she wronged has finally come looking for revenge. Kevin's obsessive search for answers has him spiraling, determined to find Chloe no matter what it costs. His investigation leads him to confront some dangerous figures, including a shadowy investor who recently bought stakes in Chelsea and Chloe's fashion brand under mysterious circumstances. The man, known only as Mr. Hale, may hold the key to what really happened. But when Kevin visits his office, he's warned to stop digging, or face consequences. Meanwhile, Esther Valentine is devastated. Losing her daughter once nearly destroyed her, and now, she's living that nightmare all over again. In tearful scenes, Esther turns to Billy Abbott for comfort, reminding him that he once shared a bond with Chloe through their daughter, Delia. Billy's guilt resurfaces as he admits that every tragedy connected to Chloe seems to trace back to Delia's death. He believes Chloe's disappearance might somehow be linked to unresolved pain she's carried all these years. She never really healed, Billy confides. Maybe this time, it broke her completely. But others aren't so sure. Sharon, Nick, and even Phyllis believe there's more to this story, that someone in Genoa City knows exactly where Chloe is and why she's gone. Then comes the bombshell. A security camera near the warehouse captured footage of a woman matching Chloe's description meeting with a man whose face is obscured. The timestamp matches the night of her disappearance. Detectives are now working to enhance the footage, hoping to identify the mysterious man. Kevin recognizes the shape of the man's coat and swears he's seen it before, possibly belonging to someone connected to the fashion business. Chelsea is horrified when she realizes the coat looks eerily similar to one owned by her investor partner, who has suddenly stopped returning her calls. Could this be the same Mr. Hale who's been manipulating their business from the shadows? As days turn into weeks, the search for Chloe becomes more desperate. Her loved ones refuse to give up, even as the trail grows cold. Kevin's obsession drives him to dangerous extremes, breaking into offices, hacking computers, and confronting people who might be innocent just to find a clue. His once rational demeanor is unraveling, and friends fear he's headed for a breakdown. Still, he insists that Chloe is alive and that someone is keeping her hidden. Sharon begins having dreams about Chloe calling for help, fueling her intuition that her friend is in danger but still out there somewhere. "I can feel her," Sharon tells Nick, "she's not gone." Then, a shocking twist changes everything. A young woman is found unconscious near a roadside motel on the outskirts of Genoa City. She's bruised, disoriented, and suffering from memory loss, but it's Chloe. The relief across town is overwhelming, but questions immediately follow. Where has she been? What happened to her? And why can't she remember anything? Chloe's first words upon waking send chills down everyone's spine. "He said I was next." Who is he? Kevin holds her hand, begging her to remember, while detectives promise to keep her under protection until they know who's behind her abduction. As fragments of Chloe's memory return, a terrifying picture begins to emerge. She recalls meeting someone at the warehouse, a man who claimed to have information about a threat to her family. He lured her there under false pretenses, only to drug her and keep her captive for days. She remembers hearing other voices, multiple people, discussing finishing the job. Before she could escape, she was left unconscious and abandoned. Detectives now believe she was targeted by someone with a grudge, possibly tied to her past actions, or perhaps part of a scheme to take down Chelsea's company. As the truth unfolds, Genoa City braces for another storm. Chloe's trauma will take time to heal, but she's determined to help bring her captor to justice. Kevin vows to protect her at any cost, and Chelsea is forced to face the fallout of her business dealings that may have put. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Chloe in danger. The Newmans and Abbotts rally around them, but the investigation into the man behind Chloe's disappearance is far from over. And when Victor learns that one of his business rivals might be connected, the powerful mogul decides to intervene personally. In the coming weeks, expect emotional confrontations, shocking confessions, and the long-awaited reveal of the man who orchestrated Chloe's disappearance. Was it revenge, business sabotage, or something deeply personal? 1.